In this video, let me talk about a very important data structure known as the dictionary. Dictionaries help us to store values in terms of key value pairs. Let me create my first dictionary. So I'm going to create a dictionary called person, and this will store information about a person. So we give it keys such as a name. So let me specify that the name in this case is going to be Jonathan. And let me say we also add an age. So let's say the age is 23, and we can add country, and the country will be Uganda. Now we have in our dictionary, which is person, and person has keys, and every key helps you to access a certain data or certain field of our data. For example, you can be able to access the name by saying, so we're going to print and print person. Then you use square brackets and then you provide the key in that case. And if you want to access the name, you can say person name. So when you save this, you can do the same thing for the age. So we can say person age, and we can do the same thing for the country. So we can say person country. So we can say person and country. So when we save this and we run our file, so I'll say Python. This is going to be Python dictionaries.py. So this is going to help us to access the different data in our dictionary. So as you've noticed, the way we access our data within dictionaries is by using our keys. And unlike lists where you have indices, we use values when we are accessing things in dictionaries. Let me give you another example of a dictionary. So let me first comment out these print statements. I'm going to highlight them, then I press Control and question mark. So I've done highlighting them. So let's create another dictionary that has keys that are in number form so that I get some point home. So I can say that let me say my dictionary. So I can say my dictionary is equal to a dictionary, and then I can be able to add elements with their keys. So I can say my dictionary. Then I say my dictionary one is going to be equal to, let's say, good good work. And let me say my dictionary, let's say country is going to be equal to, let me say, Mozambique. Let's say my dictionary, um, let's say price going to be equal to, okay, let's say 2000. So if I print this out, so let me try to clear this and then run again. So when I run this, so I'm going to put a print statement. Let me put a print statement. So if I run print my dictionary, I save. So when I come and run, we see that our dictionary has been created with case, one, good work, and country with this value and price with this value. So what I was trying to explain is, unlike lists, for dictionaries, we can have keys in both numbers and strings. So we can be able to only access data in our dictionaries using the keys that we have, a specific value that we may want. So each key is associated with a certain value. And when accessing values, we can be able to use the keys to access those values. So let's create another dictionary. So I'm going to comment out the rest of the code. After commenting it out, I'm going to create another dictionary. Let's say names. Okay, let's say students. I'm going to call this students, and students is going to be a dictionary. So we expect this dictionary to have a list of students. So we can say that this is a collection. Then we can say that this collection is going to have a collection of students. So we may have a list of students. So we may say that we have a list of students, and this list of students has a collection of students. So we may pass in a dictionary containing our students. So we can say name is equal to Jonathan and age is equal to, let's say, 23. So we can create another student. So we can add another student, the name of, let's say, Jordan, and let's say an age of let's say 24. So when you have such a list, we can even have other keys. For example, I can add another key, and let's say classes, and then I can add a list of classes as well. So I can say class, let me say S1 going to be equal to let's say senior 1. So this is going to have dictionaries. That's a mistake I had done. So I can say this is going to be senior 1, and then this is going to be senior 2, and I can do the same thing. So I'm going to copy this, paste them. I'm going to copy them, paste them. Now let's say this is going to be senior 3, and then we shall also change this to senior 3. Let's change this to 4. Let's change this to 5. Now when I save this, we can observe our dictionary, that our dictionary is a dictionary containing keys to lists. So in this case, we have our collection, and our collection has a collection of students. We also have our collection that has a collection of classes. So our lists contain our dictionary of students contains uh, keys that attach to lists. So let's try to access them. So to access the list of students, we may say that we want to access students, and we may want to specify that we want to access collection because we want to access the list of students. So we are going to save this. Let's observe. So we have students, and the key we're going to use is collection. So let me save. When I save this and run, I'm going to run Python dictionaries.py. When I run this, we see that we've been able to access our list of students. So if we want to access a list of students, and let's say we want to access Jonathan, and we now realize that Jonathan is the index to is the first Jonathan lies at the first index of the list of students. So we can do this by saying student, then we access Jonathan. So we say collection 0, and we run. So this is going to give us the dictionary that contains Jonathan. Now what if we want to access the name of Jonathan? That means we shall just add the key of the name of Jonathan because we want to access what is in a dictionary. So when we save this, I'm going to run. Let me run in a terminal. So when I run, I can be able to access the name. So let's also try accessing what is in our classes list. So we can also do that by saying, let's say we want to access the class with senior 4. So to do that, we shall print students, and let's say this is going to be classes, and let's say we want to access the class at the index of senior 4. So we begin from 0. So this is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be 3. So we shall access the one that is at index 3, and then we shall access the one that has a value of senior 4. So let's save this and we try to run. So I'm going to open up the terminal. When I run this, we are going to have our value of senior 4.